Morning, guys. Keith at Crypto Bullseye, and today we're going to do a video update on Rune, the dead cryptocurrency that they call Thorchain. And this one's going to be at the request of TAR's redistributors. Guys, 10 days ago, everybody had gone home. 10 days ago, the market was in extreme fear. 10 days ago, I was telling you one thing in my videos, and go back and watch these videos. Bitcoin dominance was topping out. The DXY had already dropped. The USDT dominance was topping out and started to pull back. Ethereum started bottoming out against its Bitcoin pair. Guys, the stars were aligning up for us to get an altcoin pump, and that's exactly what's happening now. So we've got a key level that we've just broken on Thorchain. That gives us a key level for risk management, and I'm going to show you exactly how I'm playing this. Plus, we've got some extra news as far as transactional value is concerned on the Thorchain network that will probably shock you. Okay, so we're at an important level on Rune now, $1.39. So this one is going to be a lesson, not just on Rune, guys, not just on Thorchain, but this is going to be a lesson on the macro because 10 days ago, guys, I was saying that things were lining up for us to get a reversal and some kind of a surge with altcoins. Why was I saying that, guys? Bitcoin dominance was topping out. That was ready to drop. DXY had already dropped. That was the front running indication. USDT dominance had got a rejection from its 618 retracement. It's already started dropping. All of these signs were playing out, guys. Ethereum looked like it was bottoming out and started getting traction against its Bitcoin pair. These things were all aligning out, guys, and we were in extreme fear. And guess what? A market doesn't top out in extreme fear. A market tops out, guys, in euphoria. Market tops out when everybody thinks everything is going to the moon. Unfortunately, guys, extreme fear is not the time for the top of the market. You haven't got the sentiment, you haven't got the liquidity, you haven't got all the metrics in place for us to be able to have spare money, for us to be able to spend that money, and for us to have enough money to spend that money on risk. So what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about Thorchain. Before we go into that, is Thorchain a dead chain? Seeing this morning, guys, which was quite interesting from ThorSwap. You missed someone. This is the total swap volume by affiliate. So you can see some big players here, guys. You've got Trust Wallet, you've got Ledger, you've got OKX, you've got BitGet. And you can see ThorSwap was the top here, 6.38 billion as of April the 1st, 2025. So a dead cryptocurrency with people swapping on the network doesn't make sense, guys. As far as that much liquidity is being swapped within that network, within that space of time is concerned, that is pretty impressive. So we're going to have a quick look at the Thorchain chart, guys, because Thorchain's just done one thing. We talk about an RS flip, the significance of an RS flip, because ultimately a trend is putting in higher highs and higher lows in an uptrend. It's putting in lower highs and lower lows in a downtrend. How do we know when a trend's reversed? How can we get the first indication that a trend's reversed? We look at the lower high and we apply a trend line. What are we looking for, guys? We're looking for an RS flip, a resistance to support flip. Now, this was resistance. It acted as resistance. We broke through here. Let's see if there's any volume behind it. Not much volume behind it. We broke through, and then what happens, guys? What was previous resistance, you would expect that to flip support. So we come back and we kiss this level here, exactly to the T, and we got a bounce from there. This is going to be our first protection zone. Then what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to create a range. I'm going to create a zone. This is when I'm going to be wrong. You can see this builds up a price action here where we were resistance, 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 resistance. And then we got this big wick to the upside. That big wick to the upside was the lower high. However, price come back down at the end of the session and closed around here. So this is going to be a significant point as well. And we can just look and see we had a nice bounce from there. So this is our zone, guys, and this is the protection zone for Rune. If we continue to hold this level here, this range is sitting between $1.26 and $1.35. If we hold this level here, then I'm expecting to put in a new high and then break from the top of this pattern, because we've got two resistance levels here, guys. When you've got these trading patterns, when you've got these wedges, the first target, guys, for the breakout is always going to be the top of the wedge. And that's sitting at $1.66. The next target, guys, is going to be this. Going to be this previous lower low. So that's sat at $2, between $2 and $2.02. And you know that $2 is going to be a key psychological round number. So that's what I'm looking for on Rune, guys. One thing that I'm going to do is just confirm, is this wave 3 bigger than wave 1? What's the significance behind that? So I'm using my Fibonacci extension tool from this low here. to this previous swing high, and then I'm bringing it back down to the bottom of wave 2. So this is wave 2, this pullback here. And you can see that this is bigger than a 1-to-1 equal measured move of this swing 1. So swing 3 is bigger than swing 1, which is indicating we should get a pullback of swing 4 and then another swing 5. Swing 5 target probably all the way up here at $1.66. However, we do need to hold this support in the short term, guys. You can see that we are getting a little bit of a rejection here. It's getting a little bit flat here. So this point, $1.39 to $1.40, is actually being rejected, and that's indicating that's potentially going to be the start of a pullback into this region here. So the next thing we can do is bring up the indicators, guys, and you can see that as we've had this pump here, we've topped out. So the indicators do need to cool off, and what we're looking for is this stochastic to come back down and us to hold the higher low here. If that happens, that's giving us a big indication for the next push to the upside. Right, okay, so that's what I'm looking for on Rune, guys. I'm monitoring the pullback. I'm waiting for a wave 4. I'm waiting for it to hold a base, and then I'm looking to trade the wave 5. As far as the macro is concerned, this is what we're talking about, and this is why it's so important, guys, because we can look at Bitcoin. You can see that Bitcoin is just broken from its channel to the upside, indicating strength. Remember, Bitcoin leads the pack, and we can understand that by looking at the dominance. Bitcoin put in a new high on dominance. If Bitcoin needs to lead the pack and Bitcoin needs to leave the narrative and altcoins need to follow, Bitcoin needs to run first. One last time, guys. One last time, harder than altcoins. Push up dominance, and then you can see that we're getting a big rejection here. This is on the daily, guys. So if we get a lower low, lower close candle that closes below 64.3 today, that's going to signal that we're likely to get more of a pullback tomorrow. So this is a strong support on the dominance here, guys, 63.22. Once we drop 63.22, then expect an acceleration in altcoins, expect a push up in total 3, which we've already broken trend for the first time in all the way back here since January 2025, pretty much the whole of the year. And that is looking strong. So dominance is dropping, total 3 is broke out, Bitcoin's pushed, it's leading the pack. DXY, guys, absolutely dropped this key level of support that was such a key level going all the way back here, July 2023. That was the last time it held this support. It's dropped this level and it's now acting as resistance. We want a weak dollar. We're getting a weak dollar. Then the next thing is we want a weak dollar in crypto, guys. This is the trend, the USDT dominance. This is the break of trend. So the break of trend's indicating one thing, reversal's happening. What do we want? We want this thing to push down. We want this thing to push down hard. The harder the USDT dominance pushes down, the bigger the market cap of crypto is going to be, the more people are going to be spending into altcoins, pushing the market cap of that altcoin and pushing and driving liquidity into the crypto market. Next thing, Ethereum, Bitcoin. This is what I was talking about, guys. This is this channel, this descending channel, and this is the Ethereum against Bitcoin chart. This descending channel has just been broken for the first time since January 2025, all year again, guys. Can you see pretty much the whole of the year we've had a pullback in altcoins where we were expecting a pump in altcoins. So the stars are aligning, guys. Remember, altcoins. We have ETH season. Within ETH season, we have alt season. And then you've got Bitcoin season. Within Bitcoin season, you have Bitcoin battering absolutely everything. So that's what I'm looking for, guys, on Rune. That's what I'm looking for. We're in a pattern. We need to hold a key level. If we do hold this key level, I could wait for a pullback, a wave 4, a breakout of a wave 4, and then a push up to wave 5. But as far as the macro is concerned, guys, things are looking all right for Rune. As long as it's a small amount of capital, and it's not financial advice, a small amount of capital within a well-diversified portfolio, guys, something that I'm holding. So if you did enjoy this video, let me know in the comments. We've got a list going on because we've got a big, massive show tomorrow, guys, with all of these altcoins as well as the macro. So get yourself in the Discord group or leave a comment on the YouTube channel and see if you can get your altcoins in here before tomorrow's video. And I'll see you in the next one.